Welcome back to TNI UK Impacted episode 242, coming to you live by the Total Non-Stop Impact Network on YouTube and Twitch. And if you listen on the go, then we're also available on SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to your favourite shows. Now, I am, of course, your host, Bison, and today I am joined by the man coming to us from the void of his own mind, the Joker. Hello, buddy.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm
Good,
all right.
cheers.
I've been working hard all week, and it's nice to get on here and talk some TNA, baby. Talk some TNA because it was a good show last week. I think it's been a good week in general for TNA. There's lots of cool shit coming out. So yeah, let's I'm sure we're going to get to dive into all of that very, very soon. Can I just say a quick hello to the Gibster? We've got Matthew in the house. Paul Matthewson in the house. I'm sure Mir's there. But let's have a little look, shall we? What have we got?
Eric Isaac.
Eric's in there.
Yeah.
Nice to see. Yeah. There he is. Eric Isaac's in the house. Lovely to see him. He's at TNA Fam NXT show last night with Moose, Hendry, and even the Iceman. Yeah, really good stuff. I think tomorrow night's going to be pretty badass. So we'll get to that, though, a little bit later. But it's good to see you guys joining us nice and early from the top of the show. We really, really appreciate it. Don't we, Joe?
Very much so. Wouldn't be here without you guys. So
exactly. And as I always say, this show, hello Joe, hello Mir. This show is all about you guys just as much as it is about us guys, just as much as it is about our favorite thing, total non-stop action wrestling. So,
yeah,
as that is our favorite thing, I think we may as well get into the TNA news and rumors. What do you think?
Let's go for it.
There's no point in hanging about. There's no point in digressing too much because this is what we do. We're here to talk TNA, are we not?
Yeah.
Well, there
Why
we
not?
go.
Why not?
Why not?
Let's do that for a change.
Let's do it. Now, I do want to mention one thing before we sort of really get into the TNA thing. It's not really TNA related, this, but obviously Speedball Mike Bailey used to be part of the TNA roster. But it's been reported by a few different outlets recently that the MVP has a bit of a dislike towards Speedball Mike Bailey. Now, no one backstage at AEW has any clue, from what I can gather, why MVP has an issue with him. But it was reported that he didn't want Speedball to basically beat his team in any way, shape, or form. And I think there was I don't know what they're called now. They isn't he in a tag team now?
I think so. Yeah. So
I'm sure somebody in the chat will know the name of his team that he's in, but I'm sure he's in a tag team. And they didn't want that tag team anyway to beat the Hurt Business or whatever they're called over there. So why do you think that could be? Because I've interviewed Mike Bailey, and I've met him a couple of times over the years, and I found him quite a pleasant chap. What do you reckon it could be?
I think MVP doesn't like the fact that Mike Bailey's main focus is like martial arts, all the kicking. I don't think he's a fan of all the kicking and everything, rather than grappling,
wrestling.
Yeah, I think that sort of thing. Yeah, and a bit of jealousy.
Yeah, there you go, bonkers. Jet Speed. That's right. It is Jet Speed. That's a cool name, actually.
Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey are a fantastic team. I think they also team together with Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling up in Canada as well. So,
sorry, what were they? What, Maple Syrup Pro Wrestling?
Yeah, whatever it's called. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head.
I'm pretty sure it's called Maple Syrup. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Paul Matthewson summed it up perfectly.
MVP is a tit.
Yeah.
Well,
we got a tit out finally, guys. We might not have PCO to get left it out, but we got a tit out.
Left it, MVP. Left it out. Right it out, MVP. You're a tit.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. It says, or he might be in the fridge. So Jet Speed is pretty cool. I like the name. I do. I think that's a really cool name. I love both those wrestlers. I mean, I can imagine both together. They're I've not seen them, so I would imagine they're pretty cool as a tag team. So I might have to go and check it out. Actually,
Yeah,
go and check it out. Write it out. And you're right. He is a right tit. Bonkers. What are you talking about? It's maple syrup. Maple syrup pro wrestling, dude. Come on. Get with the program. Okay, now the big news at the moment, I think, well, there's a couple of big things, but one of the big things is the tickets for BFG are now available, but it has been reported and clarified, of course, by TNA's Nick Nemeth, that it's the best pre-sale that they've had since Anthem took over the company.
Wow.
Now,
just flying off the shelf.
They obviously set like a limit on what the pre-sale is, and apparently they just absolutely flew out the door.
Yeah.
Which is awesome news. And from what I can gather, that it's been reported now that they're thinking that we could see another record gate at BFG. Now, we talked about this after Slammiversary, if you remember.
Yeah.
I said I'm pretty sure that BFG will beat
Slammiversary
in attendance. With a good,
definitely looking that way. You know,
I think I can see it, mate. I can see it 100%. I can see it.
It's showing a lot of people are subscribing to the TNA Plus app as well, because you don't get access to the early access tickets unless you subscribe to that.
No, exactly.
So a lot of people are joining the app, and
they must be, because doing that they are getting access to those tickets. I don't know how many they banged out, but I mean, I think that's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And, I cannot wait for Bang for Glory, but before that, we've got Emergence, we got Victory Road, so we've got quite a few things to be looking forward to. Now, the Hardys are doing a Q&A in Baltimore on August the 14th. Now, the event is called Tables, Ladders, and Crabs. Now, somebody pointed out, that's quite an unfortunate name, really. I don't know whether they obviously didn't when they were putting this together. They didn't put two and two together with. I get it, Baltimore crab and all that. I totally get it. But Jeff Hardy and Matt have got crabs. But it looks like again, sales for the tickets for that are going very, very well as well, from what I can gather. So again, I think the Hardys are so popular. It doesn't matter where they go; they're gonna sell tickets. And this is the thing. And I was saying this the other day. A lot of people, I don't think, are putting enough credit on the Hardys for the amount of bums that they're putting in seats for TNA right now.
Damn right. Jeff Hardy, they keep going on about old Jeff Hardy's past. He's been sober for nearly 3 years. And he's absolutely put more than anyone expected in terms of effort and work.
And can I say this, right? Do you remember when he first came? Yeah. When he first arrived, I thought like he didn't look very confident at all. Yeah. He did not look like he was necessarily. Well, I'm not saying happy, but I think he looked nervous.
Yeah.
That he was coming back to pro wrestling, or coming back to TNA, blah blah blah. He looked a bit nervous, but has his confidence improved immensely?
Working with Joe Hendry and working with Leon Slater, and
I think he's invigorated both of them,
mentoring both of them as well. It's all like this build his self-confidence back and everything. It's just been unbelievable. So great to see.
I think it's amazing. I'm so excited. I love seeing the Hardys on TNA again. I think that I love the way that they get showcased. I think they know exactly how to use them. I think they do a great job. Yeah, we're going to get to that in a bit, buddy. Now, among others, the new amazing Hold the Line Steve Macklin shirt is available via TNAmerch.com. And I'll tell you what, it's a great shirt. And I've got to be honest, when I saw it, I was like, get in my bag. Yeah. I got a funny feeling I'm going to be purchasing that one fairly soon. A cracking shirt, that one. But guys, listen, talking about fantastic clothing brands, huge news. The Jake Christ Firestarter collection is now available via bbdwear.etsy.com. And it's fire, man. The designs are absolute fire. We've sold a few already this week, and it's absolutely fantastic. And you guys need to be going and checking it out. It's at bbdwear.etsy.com. Absolutely. In fact, look, the info's right here.
Yeah,
that's exactly where you need to be going. You know what I mean? Not now, but after the show.
Yeah, we've got a
after the show
to watch first.
Head over. I mean, you could check it out on your phone or whatever while you're watching the show. I'd like to know some feedback. Actually, I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, because it's some great stuff. And the tracksuit, I'll tell you now, right? The tracksuit top is absolute gold. It is absolute gold. Some fantastic stuff. So make sure you go over and head over to bbdwear.etsy.com and check out the brand spanking new Jake Chris Firestarter collection, which is now available. There you go. Done the shameless plug. Done. And look, check out this bad boy. Repping the brand. Tonight, guys. Some fantastic shirts. You've got to be getting over there. Bison by Design all the way. Anyway, it's been reported by several outlets that TNA is very close now to making a huge TV deal in the US with either CW or A&E. But today, with the news that WWE is moving their PLEs over to ESPN from Peacock, have we now got Peacock in the running? Which I think that opens up. Does that open up Paramount possibly? Not being huge
so, yes.
on my American TV networks and how it relates. I'm pretty sure that opens up Paramount and a few other possible options as well for TNA to land. But I have a funny feeling it's going to be CW or A&E, which is kind of probably the biggest options that they've got. But not necessarily the biggest, but I think that's the more likely.
They'll be the two.
I think so. But like you say, unless the talk is that Peacock are going to move to TNA as their wrestling, I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see. I know one thing, that whatever's going down with regards to WWE, it always seems to work out well for TNA. Am I right?
Definitely. Look at the people they've released and so who've come over. I'm still hoping we see Gigi Dolan come over sometime.
Mate, who knows? Who absolutely knows?
Because she is incredible. She's absolutely smashing it in Wrestling Revolver. Matches against Wench, she said recently.
Oh, mate, I love Revolver. Well, you know how much I put you onto it, really, to be fair, didn't I? I love a bit of Revolver. And can I just say, Gibster's correct. The Hardys are the biggest draw for TNA. It was Joe, but I think he's lost a little bit of the shine. I don't know, actually. I still think Joe, when you hear... they go nuts for Joe at the moment. They're still going nuts for Joe. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think no matter what, the Hardys are a massive draw. And I think the announcement of one last match, of course, Team 3D versus the Hardys at Bound for Glory, is also another reason why those tickets started to fly out as quick as they did. Yeah,
people are going to have loads of questions about that. How are you guys going to do
it? It's crazy. But Devon's been about now. He's getting himself in shape.
He's done quite a few interviews recently too. He's
getting involved in that old DDP yoga stuff, isn't he? So there's a lot of stuff going on there, which I think is fantastic. But let's have a little chat about Xplosion, because again this week we've gone back to the old 2 fresh match format, which you know how much I love. Absolutely love it.
God.
So we had this week, we had the Northern Armory picking up the win in the opening match against Painter and Goslin. And I have to say, Painter and Goslin are really good. That is a really good match, right?
Yeah.
And out of the Northern Armory, I'm not going to lie, Icarus is got to be my favorite. The dude is unhinged, right? His facial stuff is brilliant. Absolutely fucking brilliant. I don't know.
He's so quick as well. It's insane how fast he can move and how far he can fly.
I think those
really
two
far.
guys. I mean, I know they're part of the road crew as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
For TNA, because as far as I'm aware, they both go to the. Do they go to Pan Am or whatever?
I think so.
But I think Johnny Bravo's sort of kind of their trainer or something, or part of the team that train him or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they're good. I got a lot of time for him, and like I said, Icarus is slowly becoming one of my favorite. Well, he's certainly. I'm a huge fan of Eric Young, as we all know. Big fan of Eric Young. I mean, never, but
yeah,
Icarus is definitely my favorite of the two. Over Williams, definitely. I think he's brilliant. He's got some very subtle stuff. Do you remember years ago when Jake and when we had OVE and talking about Jake actually?
Yeah.
He used to be in the background and do all the copying and
mimicking Sammy every time Sammy was.
That's how he become the golden draw and everything. You know what I mean? It really reminds me of that because he's acting. If you watch Icarus, he's kind of acting very similar or trying to almost mimic Eric Young.
Yeah, it's like he's idolizing Eric Young and he's trying to be a world-class maniac. Like 0.5. I love it. I noticed that when Eric Young was going completely insane about the hometown man.
It's just so good. But yeah, and Barry, you're right, mate. I think the TNA Tag Division is definitely becoming a highlight of the show. I really enjoy a lot of those matches. So I think the tag matches that TNA put out are fantastic. I mean, you know why Vinnie Mac didn't like tag team wrestling is beyond me because I think it's fantastic. And also, you know, if you've got an injured party, then you know you can still put matches on and not work one as much as the other and stuff. It's workable. You know what I mean? It's workable. Definitely. Now, then we get Tasha Steelz joining Gia Miller. We had a classic match involving Bandido from Emergence a few years ago, which I was actually at, so I saw that one live. Tasha Steelz joined Gia Miller on Around the Ring, and which was quite cool. As we know, Tasha is a great character, and she always comes across as a really nice person in these kind of one-on-one type scenarios, and she's fantastic. I mean, again, someone else I interviewed about a couple of years ago. She's a top talent, top girl. So really like that. That was good. Then for the main event, Harley Hudson and Myla Grace took on Rosemary and a debut in Lena Kross, who we hear TNA are very interested in. Yeah,
they were really impressed during this match, and eyes were on it.
Also, Victoria joined the commentary team, and what we saw. And I have to say, Myla Grace and Harley Hudson pick up their first win as a tag team, which I thought was brilliant. And it was a really cool match. The highlight for me was that twisted elbow drop off the top from Myla Grace. I thought that was absolutely fucking awesome. I never expected it either. I've not seen her do that before. I thought that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
You can tell she's been to Japan when you see moves like that. You know that she's done a lot in Japan.
She's great.
And she
is fantastic.
She's really
so
good.
Again, now we're going back to that 2-match format. I think it's good because you're now starting to use some of these talents that aren't necessarily on the show every week, on the Impact show every week. You can get them on there. You can get them wins or whatever. To help their win-loss records, of course. Which I think is fantastic. So it's good to see 2 matches. Keep it at 2 matches, guys. I'd like to see 3. Get rid of that. Why bother with the recap bullshit? Fuck the recap off if you missed it, bollocks. Give us another fucking fresh match. That's what I say. Another fresh match. Let's talk about NXT, shall we? We had a pretty full TNA-related show Tuesday. So it was basically TNA World Champion Trick Williams confronted NXT Champion Obafemi this week on WWE NXT. Williams vowed to become a double champion when he was interrupted by Jevon Evans, who also laid claim to the NXT Championship. Moments later, Moose made his presence felt as he returned to NXT and promised to dethrone Trick Williams in their scheduled TNA World Championship bout at, of course, Emergence. I enjoyed this segment, actually. I watched the highlight of it. I've not watched the show, obviously. I just watched the TNA highlights because that's all the bits I'm interested in. In a shocking turn of events, though, Williams, Femi, Evans, and Moose would join forces to fend off an attack from Dark State. NXT General Manager Ava announced that next Tuesday the two squads will do battle in an 8-man tag team match. I think so. I think that's going to be good. So I think I might potentially tune in for that. We'll have to wait and see. Now then, also in 2 weeks on NXT, Trick Williams will battle Jimon Evans, with the winner challenging Obafemi for the NXT Championship at WWE Heatwave. How cool is that? What's cool about that is that it's not going to be title for title. So if Trick loses, he still retains his title, which I think is going to be really, really good.
Yeah, this is. I thought, Moose said he was going to take a step back and everything. I thought
Moose will be taking a step back. I think this is all about making Trick look strong.
Yeah.
So this is all about making Trick look strong. Trick is obviously going to beat Moose, and if he beats Moose, then it's going to be a case of like, wow, Trick is looking badass. He just took out Moose.
Yeah. He's taken up the face of the franchise.
I think that's what this is all about. It's all about story, guys. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys. It's all about story. That's what TNA is all about.
It's when Moose announced it, it was so like out of the blue. Even like I was like, "Fuck me, man! I'm going to see him for a couple of months now." And then we see him in a match with Eddie Edwards against AJ Francis and Trick Williams.
I totally get it.
It's incredible.
Matthew, just go and get TNA Plus. Like, if my thought process on that, your statement there is, if you want to watch the show, then figure it out. A recap's not needed.
Yeah,
it's not needed. Fresh match, baby, all the way. Fresh match. Give a reason for people to want to watch Impact. Don't give it away for free. What's the matter with you? Anyway, General Manager Ava. I did that, haven't I? She announced the Heatwave thing. Earlier in the night, the personal concierge was sent. I mean, George Iceman was on there and all. Was sent on behalf of the Elegance brand to deliver a warning message to reigning TNA Knockouts World Champion, NXT Women's Champion Jacy Jayne. Pardon me. Jayne will defend the TNA Knockouts World title against Ash by Elegance on TNA Impact. Then next Tuesday on NXT, Jacy Jayne and Fallon Henley will battle Kalana Jordan and Lola Vice in tag team action, which is cool. So if you want to see our TNA champion in action, check that one out. Ren Sinclair said his name, of course, and Joe Hendry appeared. Hendry was involved in a verbal altercation with the leader of No Quarter Catch crew, Charlie Dempsey, setting the stage for a match between the two next week. We knew that was coming as well, I think.
I think they faced up against each other before, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens now.
Yeah, Paul, you could be right. There is definitely a reason why they're doing this, and it is however Moose gets beaten by Trick, it will make him look strong. Whether he ends up injuring Moose, whether he beats him clean, whatever, it's going to make Trick look strong. And that's what this is all about. This is the build. He's going to take Moose out, and he'll go, well, look at me. I've just taken out the Moose, etc. I think, that's my thoughts on it. But let's get to the Impact recap, shall we? Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Don't need an Impact recap.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're here for. Why do you need a recap on Xplosion when you got TNI-UK on a Wednesday night?
Only got to wait 24 hours.
We give you a refresher. We give you a little refresher, and you get, of course, the little twist of discussion between the boys. And you get to have your say. That's what I say.
That's assuming you can
Yeah,
understand what
yeah.
we're saying after time.
But in the opening matchup of the night, Leon Slater defeated Cedric Alexander and Jason Hotch in a fantastic display of fast and furious action, as
Amazing
always.
match.
I think this was a really, really good match. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought Cedric was really good, actually, in this match as well.
Yeah, really.
It just goes to show how
through.
good he actually is, and it's good to have him as part of the Impact roster at the moment. However long that's going to be, he's there, and I'm happy for that. We then had backstage. We had Gabby. Is it Laspiza? I don't Laspiza. How do you say?
I'm not sure. I watched Impact on Saturday, and I watched it again yesterday, but I only skipped through the matches yesterday, so I forgot how
Gabby
to pronounce
Laspiza.
her
Anyway,
name.
she interviews Masha Slamovich, who promises promises a violent victory in her contractual rematch against Knockouts World Champion Jacy Jayne later that night. That's what I'm saying, Paul. I'm not 100% sure if Cedric has actually physically signed for long term, or whether he's on one of those sort of kind of like 6-month deals that they were doing before. And of course, I think that's what Matt does. I think that's what Matt does. He signs like this, these 3-month or 6-month programs, and then that's what they do. So they got him. They know they've got him for a certain length of time, and then they push him, which is great.
Yeah.
Whatever. If that's how we can get him on the show, then fantastic. Leon Slater, Cedric Alexander agree that a single showdown would determine who the better man truly is. I like this segment. I like the way Cedric. I like the bit where Cedric was like, "But you didn't pin me," and he's like, "Yeah, but I'm still the champ. Yeah, but you didn't beat me." And he's like, I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, Leon was getting pissed and trying not to break character as well.
I thought this segment was really good, and I liked it. It was a bit like schoolyard kind of. Yeah, I liked
schoolyard banter.
I love sort of stuff like that. You know what I mean? So there you go. Okay, well, Mira, I think it might have something to do with the fact that wrestling is predetermined, mate. But anyway, Dani Luna and Indi Hartwell took on Jody Threat and Arianna Grace, and they got the win. Dani got the win, and I have to say that I thought this was a good match as well. I mean, it goes back to the fact that tag team wrestling on TNA is actually really good, really good.
Yeah,
and I really enjoy it. The dog's getting excited there.
Oh yeah, dog said something outside. Susie barked. Fair
enough. So I thought this was a good match. And what are your thoughts on this one? Give us a bit of a rundown.
Oh, I felt sorry for Jody Threat. Getting dragged into this to begin with, and still reluctant to face off against Dani Luna. But I think that we're going to see a snap at some point, and she's going to go full blown heel against Dani.
Yeah, because she's still sort of like, just because we're not a tag team anymore doesn't mean we can't be friends, kind of.
Yeah. Dani Luna was in her face when she got attacked last week and saying, "Where were you?" That's going to start weighing on Jody Threat's mind now. So it's like, so I've got to have you back over, have I? And they're talking about it in commentary, just because when you're not in a team anymore, you don't expect everyone to have you back all the time. There also might be a bit of jealousy going between Jody Threat that Indi Hartwell's now.
Yeah, best mates.
Best friend. There's so many ways they can twist it, but it will eventually be a huge fallout between the two of them, and a pretty good rivalry.
Yeah, exactly. And yes, there you go, Gibster. You hit the nail on the head. Jake something has his sights set on Steve Macklin and TNA and the TNA International Championship. Again, I quite like this as well. The way that they sort of kind of put this together, where Jake is obviously giving his aggressive promo, and Steve sort of saunters into the side and just like, all right.
Yeah, it's like anytime someone wants to call out Mac, and he's already right there waiting for
brilliant.
You to call him out.
I love the way they do
brilliant.
it. I think it's cool. And he saunters in. He's like calm as chips. Yeah, all right, whatever. Yeah, let's get it on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love it. I think it's really good, especially when you consider, like, prior to the way that his character is being portrayed at the moment, he's always been quite really intense. You know what I mean?
In
And
your face, and
I think
you will
he's
fear
showing
me.
a completely different sort of kind of take on stuff, and maybe it's working out better for him at the moment. He's great. I love Steve Macklin. Okay, the Rascalz, Zach and Myron, of course, defeat the Nemeths in a in which I thought was a pretty solid match. I really enjoyed it, and again, I'm going to put praise on Ryan Nemeth here because I think he's coming on really well. Like, his actual in-ring ability is pretty damn good. And he's really good at telling that story, isn't he? He knows he's getting the hang of that sort of kind of like in-ring storytelling, psychology type stuff, and I think he understands as well how to be a heel.
Yeah, he's always understood how to be a heel, but he's now putting it across a lot more better, a lot more convincingly. But his in-ring work just gets better and better every week. He's really, even Tom Hannafin was actually reluctantly praising him. Much to Matthew Raymond's
man,
delight.
totally. I think he's doing very, very well. Now, after the match, though, Joe, the Nemeths refused to leave the ring. Nick reveals that they will invoke their rematch clause against the Hardys for the TNA World Tag Team Championships at Emergence. So we get another match set.
Yes.
Ryan disrespects the fans and their home of Rhode Island when the hometown man comes to their defense. We do love the hometown man. The Nemeths. I love the way he goes. Man. He says, "I'm a hometown man." I love it. The Nemeths assault the hometown man, of course, and then members of
Poor Dina.
and members of the security who try to stop them. So I thought this was again. I think the hometown man's great, and he's so over with the crowds now.
It didn't take long to get him over as well. That was the best thing about it all. It could have been one of these things where you roll your eyes and think, "Oh, fucking no, is this ever going to win?" But it's almost straight away.
Clicked.
I
mean, it helped. I think that he came out with the Hardys and Leon Slater. That kind of, that obviously pushed that as well, which I think was good. But no, he's doing a fantastic job. We then get a promo from Frankie Kazarian, who feels disrespected by TNA management after being ejected from ringside during last week's main event between Mike Santana and Joe Hendry. Maybe he's not.
He did cost everyone the world title. He did swapped up the company from getting the world title back.
I totally get it, man.
I certainly give you a shout out today, Kaz, but I forgot you did that. So
you could be right. Gibster is sick of the Nemeths. They're boring. Nick needs to go back as a singles guy. Yeah, I think he's just doing the brotherly thing right now, and he's helping his brother, get over and stuff. And I to me, that's all part of wrestling, right? Yeah, you have to. I think you have to give back, and I think sometimes the best talents are the ones that give the rubs to others. I think it's important. I think that's what he's doing right now. He's giving the rub to his brother, helping him get over, helping him. He's probably helping him a lot in the ring, teaching him here and there and stuff. So I think that's really cool. Hey, dude, look at that. What do you think of this cap? It's cool, isn't it? Anyway,
cool.
Mike Santana then delivers an emotional address on the events of last week's anniversary, where he came up short in his attempt to become TNA World Champion. Santana remains confident that he will capture the TNA World Championship, not if, but when. Totally. I agree. Bound for Glory. Mike Santana will become.
Bound for Glory. 1-on-1, Trick Williams, Mike Santana.
Hey, Sammy, the Mass Dog's arrived. Yeah. Oh, he's going to kiss that. Love it. Anyway, so that's really, really cool. I love Mike Santana. We know from the moment he came in, from the moment he become available, I've said he would be amazing in TNA, and so far he has
Yeah.
been amazing in TNA. So I'm pretty happy for that. Now, it was then made official that Leon Slater will, of course, face Cedric Alexander at Emergence for the X-Division title. I think that's going to be that again is a potential for match of the night. This is going to be fantastic.
Definitely.
Then Masha then gets the win by disqualification over Jacy Jayne when Ash by Elegance causes it, which means Jacy Jayne obviously retains the title because a title cannot exchange on the DQ. But Masha gets the win. So because of it, and to be fair, I think she's going to win anyway. Anyway, what were your thoughts on this match? Because I thought Ash was good.
Yeah, this match was actually going really well, and both of them were really, really. Both the competitors were really good. Then Ash by Elegance, I think she's one of the best knockouts that they've brought into TNA for a long time. She's just she's the full package. She's got the look, she's got the ability, she's got the character, and she doesn't give a shit what anybody else thinks about her. She'll bury you online if you.
Yeah, I saw that. She does that a lot. She buries people all the time.
Yeah. It's brilliant, and I thought when she came in and took out Masha Slamovich just so she could be the one to bring the world title back, I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was just exactly what this character needed, was that amount of arrogance to really finally fly through like this. Well, it took the whole comedic value away for her, and you get to see that she wants something, she's going to do whatever she can to get it, as long as she's the one that gets it.
It was
an
very
elegant display.
It's always an elegant display from Ash. There's no doubt about that. And Matthew Smith is disagreeing. He thinks that Kaz will win before Santana. I think that you are in just cuckoo land, mate, if you think that's going to happen. Now, after the bell, tensions are escalating between Fatal Influence and the Elegance brand when they are closed. Well, they're chased off by Xia Brookside and Lei Ying Li. The beautiful one, Lei Ling Yi. Oh, she is dreamy. Xia Li. What a nice little combination that is.
I can't wait to see if they get pushed into the Knockouts Tag Division.
We'll get to it in a bit, but they have got Mash this week, so that could be interesting. We then get Director of Authority Santina Morella, who's making it official that next Thursday Ash by Elegance will challenge Jacy Jayne for the TNA Knockouts World Championship, with Heather and M by Elegance banned from ringside. The winner will defend against Masha Slamovich. Pretty good stuff.
Very good stuff. Santana almost having a complete meltdown at the end. Oh my! I felt so sorry for him going back. He's gonna crack one day. He's just not going to wake up. But I thought this was all brilliant too. How Santino managed to stay in character, just going completely berserk and getting all this so organized, just fighting such a blind rage.
Totally understand what you mean. It was good. I thought I think last week's show was really solid. Like, I loved a lot of backstage stuff was really good, really good. So yeah, there was some good stuff going on. Gibster thinks that Santana won't win. I don't think Santana will win at BFG. I think they will make us wait until Genesis, like they did with Joe Hendry. I'm not sure. I don't think they will, because I think people would be like, "Are you crazy?" I think people would be going absolutely nuts.
Yeah, people will be. Shitting on
I don't think
too long.
I just don't. I just can't see Trick going into the new year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't see it. Although Genesis would be the January, wouldn't it? So I don't know. I can't see that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Order 4 holds a Slammiversary victory rally following Mustafa Ali's win over Cedric Alexander. Ali blames Joe Hendry for the disorder in TNA wrestling, citing his loss of the TNA World Championship to NXT's Trick Williams. Hendry pokes fun at Order 4 and challenges Ali to a match tonight. Ali says no, but agrees to face him next week instead. So we'll be talking about that shortly. Again, another
that video package was hilarious.
Another good segment on the show. You know, I don't know, like it just seemed that it went from good to good to good to good to good all the way through. I thought it was really well put together.
It was a great show.
It was a fun show, good matches, and some great story progression as well at the same time. I thought it was a good show. Paul saying that he thinks that the Knockouts TV title. He thinks we need a Knockouts TV title or something. The division is getting bigger all the time. I agree, actually. I think there needs to be another title. And do you know what?
Yeah.
Right? If they don't get their own show, there should be a secondary title that Knockouts possibly defend on Xplosion, because they seem to get a lot of Xplosion time. I don't know, but I still think there needs to be a second Knockout show personally, and I can see it. I think it's coming. I think that's why they've built the division up so big, because if you look at it, that division is massive now. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there you go. A women's X-Division title, Barry. That would be cool. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, that would be cool. Gibbs was saying, imagine Kaz did win the belt at BFG and AJ Styles won the Call Your Shot trophy at BFG, setting up a Kaz and AJ title match. That would be great. But the problem is,
WWE would have to clear it.
That would mean what you're doing here is because potentially, I mean, I don't know. Are you saying that I suppose you would have to book Kaz to win against AJ? I guess I don't know. Yeah. I can't see that. I'll be honest with you. I would rather see AJ Styles versus Leon Slater for the X Division title at Bound for Glory, and on the same card have a Ultimate X match to determine a number one contender. Personally, I think that would be pretty cool. But you know, again, we're not the bookers. We just watch the shows.
Throw ideas out and hope they
maybe we'll have to see. But I agree with that, Barry. I think that's a great idea. You know, an X Division title, women's X Division title, KO X Division title would be fantastic. I'm down for that. I think that'd be great. Tom Hannafan conducts an emotional interview with, of course, the legendary Sami Callihan, where he reveals an ongoing struggle with his body image. Callihan contemplates retirement, but wants a match with Mike Santana to prove that he's still got it. Now, what were your thoughts on this? I've got mine. I'm interested in what you think.
I think this is where we see Sami retire and stay working backstage with TNA and focusing more on his promotion, on Wrestling Revolver and everything else. But if picking Mike Santana as his last opponent, I think was a really, really smart move, given the history he's got with him when in OVE, and they know each other in and outside of TNA as well. So he's picked someone who is a really, really solid worker, and he's going to really, really put him through his paces, and you know, and if Sami does beat him, then he's beating one of the best that TNA has got right now.
I'm not going to lie. I think if they're building Santana to be this their world champion, there's no way he's losing to Sami Callihan. No way.
Yeah, it's going to be a real tough watch for me, because I'm a huge fan of Sami and a huge fan of Mike Santana. So. But hell, I
think what Sami needs to do is he needs to get his ass to DDP and get himself back in shape. That's what I think he needs to do, and come back like in obviously stay in TNA backstage, but come back on screen in 3 or 4 months' time or 6 months' time with the OVE boys in tow. I think, you know, back as the full-on death machine, OVE. Ready to take over everything would be absolutely awesome. That's my thoughts on that anyway. Now, the System then defeat Trick and AJ Francis, with Moose getting the pin over Trick Williams. obviously the Moose goes off there with Moose standing tall. Again, this is what we're talking about. They're now setting the Moose thing in motion. A lot of people weren't expecting it because a lot of people were thinking Sammy was done. Moose was off for an operation, all that kind of thing. And I just think that, this is all about making Trick look strong.
Yeah.
Leading up to
now.
BFG. That's what I think here. And giving him a program to keep him away from, Santana, keep him away from Joe Hendry, keep him away from Kaz or whoever potentially is gonna come forward. They got the Femi thing going on, Obi Femi thing going on. I mean, can you imagine that they end up having a TNA match, Femi versus Trick, and the TNA titles on the line, and Femi beats him before BFG?
Yeah, that would be like Kenny Omega and
that would be nuts. You can imagine then getting Oba Femi in the main event versus Santana. Whoa! What a match that would be! What a match that would be! Oh man, I'm all over that. But I have a feeling that they are setting up Trick to be a double champ. I think he's going to beat Oba Femi. I think we're going to get Trick Williams as the NXT and TNA World Champ.
It's going to be really interesting. And I can see a lot of TNA fans going to go batshit crazy over that too.
Well, it just legitimizes Trick Williams. Again, it legitimizes Trick Williams.
Yeah, just...
But anyway, good show. Really enjoyed that show last week. And... there you go. Gibster thinks that Sammy's going to retire after one big match to say thank you for his loyalty over the years. I think Sammy leg has fucked him up.
But that leg injury, he hasn't been the same since the leg injury. And
because he was out of the gym for so long. He just basically sat around and vegetated.
It wrecked him emotionally.
I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. There you go. Casey Navarro been watching the Yankees lately. The way he used the crutch and hit Trick by the mistake. I have no idea what that means, but okay, fair enough.
I know.
The
Yankees are a baseball team, and Casey Navarro. That was brilliant. The whole play on him still not being injured and everything. I thought he was legitimately hurt right up until the match gets started and away. So they played that brilliantly because Casey Navarro was on Twitter apologizing that he couldn't be in the match and everything, and I even said to him, "Don't be sorry if you're injured." And I got a thumbs up from Casey. I'm pretty sure I got as an evil smile underneath that.
I think you were played there, buddy.
Yeah, but Casey Navarro. Is so
I love Casey Navarro. I'm not going to lie. I think he is. He's fantastic. I really, really rate him a lot. I think he's good. Really, really good. But anyway, let's have a chat about this Thursday because we've got some interesting stuff going on this Thursday. So we've got TNA champion Trick Williams. He's going to kick off Impact. What do you think he's got to say? It's obviously going to be related to Moose, I should imagine.
It's going to be related to Moose and Mike Santana, and he's going to be putting down the company, ranting and raving, bolstering, showcasing. We'll get a face off with him.
I don't think he's going to put down the company. I'm not being funny, but I think he's coming round to the. He's liking the company. At the end of the day.
He's going to do it like it's heel mode. I beat the best guys on the roster. Nobody else can stand up to me. He's not going to say your company's shit. No. Tony Khan
maybe.
did.
Well, we've not seen any of that shit. So I got no worries that we're not going to see anything like that. But it'd be interesting. I think he's just going to address the Moose stuff. I think that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
He might address Santana a little bit. But I think primarily it's going to be all about addressing Moose pinning him last week, and then obviously leading what happened on NXT, and then and moving forward. I think that's what he's going to address.
You say, Moose, you got lucky. You got lucky, man.
Exactly.
It was a
Yeah,
fluke and
exactly.
all that.
I
So,
think that's
yeah.
what we're getting there. I think so.
All the classic denial
Yeah,
heel moves.
yeah, exactly. We're also going to get the Joe Hendry versus Mustafa Ali match, which was obviously set up during the show, which last week, which I think was good. I think that's going to be a really good match actually, because I don't know about you, but I think Joe has really upped his in-ring game recently.
Definitely, he's chaining offense together a lot more faultlessly, and I've always been impressed with his in-ring work since he's come back to TNA. But my God, has he gotten better?
Oh yeah,
it's
I think
so
he's
incredible.
doing a fantastic job, and I love his kip ups and all that kind of stuff. It's amazing from a guy that's from his size as well. Oh, I haven't mentioned that, Mir. No, I didn't mention that the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys showing up at SummerSlam. I'm sorry, but I didn't mention that.
Yeah, that's where we got the confirmation that the match
there you go. I didn't mention that, and I apologize that I didn't mention something that I should have mentioned, Mir. I'm really sorry, buddy. I will try to be better. Mara Sade will be in action this coming Thursday, so it'll be her first. I'm looking forward to that. Are you?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. First match, official match as a knockout.
Yeah, definitely. Really, I mean, we've seen her obviously in sort of kind of like the six-man tag action. We've seen her in that in a multi-man action match.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see her go one-on-one. I'm looking forward to that. I think she's an incredible talent. I'm very chuffed that she's joined the TNA roster, and I think we're going to get some good stuff from her. Santino has an announcement with regards to Emergence. Any ideas?
Not a clue, but it might have something to do with the Knockouts title match. Is the only thing I could think of, because there's always been shenanigans of who's winning this match, how this title match has gone down. Might be ban everybody else from ringside.
You don't think it's got anything to do with TV, or that it's going to be available for people to stream on YouTube or something? I don't know. What you?
Oh no, I didn't cross my mind.
You're right. Yeah. You're right, Gibster. I think Mir is definitely after my job. We might have to. I'm certainly due a disciplinary by the sound of it. That's for sure. Elegance Brand versus Zaya Brookside and Lei Ying Lee. Of course, we touched on this a little bit earlier. Now, when I say Elegance Brand, that means that for this particular match, it's Heather and M. Yes, Heather and M are going to be taking on Zaya and Lei Ying Lee. I think it's going to be good. I know that when Craig's here, he is not necessarily a massive fan of Lei Ying Lee. He sort of thinks her timing's off and stuff. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I think she's amazing, and not just because I find her incredibly beautiful, but because I just think she's really good. Or I think her timing's great. She's a martial artist, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Like, one thing about being a martial artist is timing. But yeah, no. Barry's saying that's the best By Elegance pairing, apparently. Well, what's interesting actually, think about this, right? Think about this. If they potentially could use the Freebird kind of thing, right? Imagine if Ash was to win the world title, and then rather than her then continuing as the other half of the tag titles, she passed that on to M. So then the Elegance Brand then would have the world knockout champion and the world tag team champions.
That's what I hope. I'd love to see happening after Emergence. If somehow Ash By Elegance beats Jacy Jayne and then goes up to face Masha Slamovich at Emergence or whenever, or next week, whenever it's going to be. Then that would be so cool if Ash By Elegance could hold the Knockouts world title, and then the Knockouts division be run by the Elegance brand completely. That would be really cool.
It could be, and that's my thing. I think it certainly could be. I'm still of the opinion, though, that the Elegance brand needs to introduce a elegant gentleman to the brand. I honestly believe it.
Yeah.
I think it would be brilliant. Like I said, I've said this for a while that if they could introduce a male talent, and it could be bringing someone in as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be anyone that's actually on the roster. Maybe it could be someone that they recruit from the outside. No, not Caleb. He's not. No, it's not him. I'd prefer to see someone like Mr. Spectacular, the man, or Jesse Gollers would be quite good in that role. But there's loads of guys out there. What about the? I forgot. I still think he's great. I see him pop up every now and again, but I've forgotten I've actually forgotten his name, but he's pretty solid. He's Lady Frost's other half. That's it. The Savage Gentleman. He would be great.
Yeah.
He would be fantastic because he's great. He's such a good wrestler. He would be great. I've got a lot of time for Savage Gent. I think he would make a great addition to the Elegance brand. The Savage Gent would be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, Jacy Jayne versus Ash by Elegance for the KO title. We talked about that earlier also. I think that's going to be a good one, and I hope we get to continue to see that more aggressive side to Ash, because I think that side of her is huge, absolutely huge, and she does it really, really well. Limpstar is the Brock Lesnar of TNI UK. He only shows up a couple of times a year. Steady on. He's unwell. Bless him. He's unwell this week, and I thought he was going to be in the chat though, actually, and I've just noticed he's not been there. But I hope you're okay, bud. I hope you're okay. It's crap when you don't feel well. I know. I've been there. Like, do you remember that time when literally, like 10 minutes before the show was going to go out, I messaged you. I'm like, man, I feel so shit. I thought I was going to be able to do it, but I didn't. I felt so bad. I just couldn't do it. But anyway, it is just that. We pulled through. You pulled through. Which was good. But yeah, that's what I hope from Ash. I want to see that more aggressive version of her. I think that would be great. And I think the main event will be Steve Macklin versus Jake something for the international title. I think, personally.
That's going to be cool.
I think that's going to be good too. I'm looking forward to that one. I think, let me look at it again. I'm looking forward to the Mustafa Ali and Joe. I think that would be good. Yeah. I'm looking forward to see the Mara Sade one-on-one, whoever that's going to be. I want to see. I hope it's not too much of a squash, because I want to get to see her, get some moves in. That would be good.
Yeah.
And I must admit, I am definitely looking forward to Steve Macklin versus Jake something. I'm not, and if we get the more aggressive version of Ash by Elegance versus Jacy Jayne.
Well, she's going to have a head on the swivel for sure, because it's all the fatal influence is still going to be out there. They're not banned from ringside.
We'll have to see.
So Santina,
why would you ban them both? You need to ban them all from ringside so they get a good one-on-one. But there you go. Yeah. He's not doing it. He's not doing it, mate. It's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. But yeah, that's what we've got. That's what we got lined up. I don't know if anything else has been put out since we've been on air, but that's pretty much all that's been announced so far. That doesn't mean to say we won't get anything. One thing's for sure, we will be getting, I'm sure, at least one more match announced, I would imagine, for Emergence. So that should be pretty good. Do I think Jake's going to win against Macklin? No, I don't. Well, unfortunately no. I wouldn't say that either. I am a fan of Jake something, but Steve Macklin is my boy.
Yeah.
And I just think.
I know, but Jake something's having such a shit time.
Well, you say that.
When it comes
to, but, he's getting a title shot,
moment.
mate. You know, you don't have...
Yeah. I still see him being the next
Really?
international champion. It's just yeah, I do. It's just he needs the right time.
Maybe.
Well, Macklin needs to crack somewhere, and Macklin's almost
Macklin
unbreakable.
is the front line,
so
mate. You know, he's the man.
Yeah.
And I think he's at the moment, you know, he's carrying what you would class as the biggest title for TNA now. You know, as a TNA roster member. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm all for it, mate. I love him. I think he's amazing. Steve Macklin is the man. I'm all for it. Front towards enemy, baby. That shirt is actually available on bbdwear.etsy.com. Go and check it out. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all we got time for this week, Joe. Also,
sorry guys.
if you want to show your support for TNI UK team, please feel free, obviously, to subscribe to the channel, as I believe that's what we're doing now, or head over to prowrestlingtees.com, Total Nonstop Impact, for shirts and stuff like that. Exclusive Spreadshirt merch store as well, which J-Bone runs. That's obviously links are available with regards to that. All the TNI related stuff is on there. Loads of shirts and all sorts of stuff going on down there. All the TNI shows, of course, are available to all you listen on the Go Fans audio only via SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you list your favorite shows. Of course, we are there. Peace out, Matt. Peace out, buddy. Where can we find you on the social media, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at JOKEmptySpace. You can jump onto Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube, look for #EmptySpace, #Into the Void, or Offensive to Secure Socials, and you sense humor, #DailyGill. But prejudice of mind and just sanity.
Might keep your sanity. Or maybe not, as the case may be. I generally lose my sanity every Wednesday. When I'm in the presence of Joe, so you can find me. Take care, Gibster. You can you can follow TNI on all the social medias at We Talk Impacts. Don't forget to do that. Very important to do that. Let everybody know. You know, this is the place to be when it comes to TNA. We are the best TNA centric, as they call it, TNA centric related show on the planet. Anyway, find me at Lord Bison 45 on the X. And of course, you know, give me a follow. I've actually picked up quite a few follows recently. I don't know if it's got to do with the brand. I don't know. We'll see. But you can also follow me on TikTok at Bison by Design. And of course, with regards to Bison by Design, we are now the Bison by Design brand of clothing at bbdwear.etsy.com. Get over there, guys. Don't forget, we've now got the collaboration with Jake Christ and, of course, the Firestarter collection. Go and check that out. I've got some more collaborations coming up very, very soon, which I'm very excited about. Not necessarily wrestling related, but you wait and see. You wait and see. It's going to be pretty cool. But guys, listen, even if it's not related to the collaborations that I'm doing at the moment, you know, there's some great stuff. I mean, look at this one. You know, there's some great shirts out there. You know, checking out the you know, the caps. We've got the hats. We've got the beanies. We've got the hoodies. You know, we've got the trousers. We've got the shorts. We've got, you know, everything. Come and check it out. For you ladies, we got the leggings. We got the sports bras. It's all there, and it's all designed by Bison by Design. All right, so go and check that out. bbdwear.etsy.com. Now, please take the time to help us out moving up the rankings on YouTube by giving us a thumbs up. And if you like, and if you're new to us and you like what you see, then please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to give the bell a tickle, a squeeze, or of course, a smash to never miss any of the TNA-esque related podcasts and shows and interviews and everything else that we do here each and every single week. With all that said, I, of course, have been your host, Bison, and he has been the one and only, coming to us from the void of his own mind, the Joker. And this has been episode 242 of Impacted. Take care, guys.
Take care, guys. Much love to the TNI tribe. We'll see you next week.